thing is, there's a bit of a situation, and it has a possible impact on you, and I think that's why they're making extra specially sure that you're secure. And also extra
Does
specially
it have to
sure.
do with the Port of Long Beach, is what I want to know.
No, actually it doesn't.
Oh, good. Okay.
This is kind of weird, but it has to do with Canada. I know, Canada.
What?
Well, there's a possible problem on the horizon. They're trying to prevent you from getting packed with a subpoena.
Oh, subpoena?
Yeah, out
No.
of Canada. Seriously. I kid you not. Remember a guy a while ago?
The Canadians want to drag me up there to interrogate me about poutine and for the extra press bill.
No, they want to.
I'll admit it right now.
Routine. No, what they want to do is they want you to talk about Majestic, S4, the area. They want you to talk about all kinds of stuff. Actually,
At once.
Don Depp wants you to talk about this so that he can see us in Canada. Don, okay.
One more time.
There was
and
a
count.
yeah.
One more time.
Remember Don Depp?
Yeah.
The
Peller, I believe it was, and yeah, when we had that meeting with Bill, when Bill met with us, it's the same character that we told him to stay away from.
Stay clear.
Yeah, and he had his feelings about him because of the robbery issue. Guy committed some robbery or whatever.
Yeah.
And I kind of listened to him because basically I was more worried about Bill and what he was doing. I knew that this was only going to go so far, and everybody was going to put their blinders on and pack it away anyway. So I was trying to, basically protect Bill too, and because he at the time before now and elections and all that was just, I just didn't want him to get hurt. He was telling me I was going to get hurt, my case and all of that. I'm thinking, hey, I personally give a crap. This is in the distant future. I was long dead before anything relevant comes from this anyway. And so I was just kind of trying to, let her eat him. Let her eat him, as far as I'm concerned. But, I didn't want him to have problems, so I just kind of, sat there and acquiesced. And you were there. I mean, you were sitting across the right table. What is he?
Well, I don't really have a perfect understanding of it. But from what I gathered, when he went up to Canada to get away from Majestic surveillance, he was freaking out because of
About all of us, from what I heard.
they were keeping a light eye on him. It wasn't a big deal because he really wasn't an issue.
I asked specifically after my cam was up on my desk whether or not this dude was being, haunted.
Oh yeah.
Mid-middle of the night, crap like that.
Stuff like that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Observed, yes.
Light
Haunted,
surveillance.
no.
Haunted, no. He light surveillance. Well, it was freaking him out. It was really freaking him out.
Well, I understood it. You mentioned something like that. He had somebody watching him or whatever when we were talking.
Well, anyway, as it happened.
Seems like an ass guy.
Yeah, I mean, no big, but he just, the level of surveillance from the Magi was freaking him out. And it wasn't even that big a deal, but to him it was.
To a regular citizen.
To a regular person, it really was. Anyway, he went up to Canada to get away from it. And the Canadian government, I guess he applied to stay there under some kind of saying that he was in jeopardy if he had to come back to the United States because of all of this surveillance and everything.
Why doesn't he just
He's looking for some
stay,
kind of
period?
status. Well, that he wants to, and he's trying to, but they've got this big case now to decide whether he's going to be allowed to stay. And in order to...
The crux of the case
is he's afraid of Majestic harassment because of all the stuff that he knows. And essentially, he was scared of what was going on before, but now he comes back now after he's been really shooting his mouth off.
Look, I was more willing.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't do anything after the interview.
I know, because...
But I was more willing to say something publicly. Due to the secrecy agreement issues recently detailed, I was out of business. But I was more willing to say something publicly before you attacked me right back here. You know what my ultimate aim is. Is that.
I understand. Yes,
all right?
Exactly.
And
once I got tapped, a lot of that pressure comes completely off.
now I'm a little more manageable. Or not more manageable.
Oh,
I'm
well,
a good boy now, right?
according to, yeah.
Okay, anyway. I'm not throwing things away.
You're throwing things less.
Less. I'll reserve the option.
You're throwing things less.
Scream Mickey Mouse and throw something at them.
But, he kind of got involved with this thing, so I'd say, which escalated into making a case for why he should...
And that's going to end up being the very thing that if he comes back here now. Does he have kids?
I don't know, but if he does,
Child protected? You know how to play it.
well, I know
He's
exactly
kissing
how
my
to
mom.
It's going to come from every direction. It's going to come wherever you don't expect it.
Jesus. IRS.
IRS, Child Protective
Oh.
Services.
How about
Oh, well, he'll just
for
be
the rest of his free tonight?
he will never be free. He'll be the new
He'll be the new tap source.
Tap
The new
source.
tap source.
Sure.
Oh, gee.
The guy has a hell of a problem now because he's opened his mouth so much.
Is there anything? There's not.
Because, you know, the only thing that he's
Think if I
hoping
could do
for...
something for the dude, but
I know.
you know, I look, I liked him. Okay, when I was, no matter what was being said, okay, you know, cause finding and all of this stuff, how was his next cause, and all of this, these are the pre-kill days that we had.
I know.
He was a nice guy. I mean, he just seemed to me to be wanting answers. Of course, I mean, it got a bit extreme with these people that, you know, when I was allowed to contact on the net, especially the IM version. Well, you did your shotgun time.
God, that got nuts. I didn't know which way it was coming.
Let's see how quickly you can ask him questions to see how quickly he can answer them.
By the time you typed an answer,
Jeez.
my God, by the time you typed an answer, 5 more questions came in. Then they took your answer and applied it to the wrong question. He said, stop.
Then we've got the piece saying, you're not answering my questions.
Ah! And then what was that thing, that idle thing? What was that idle thing? That was weird.
Oh, you mean my Walmart scope?
Oh my God.
He looks like he has a scope out of Walmart. Well, actually, no, it's a fairly nice bench scope, but then again, you're not a microscopist, are you? So you really don't know, do you?
I OG
Although now, no, wait a minute now. Let's stay on this issue here for a moment. Me and my Walmart.
Oh.
Of course, I've got my B&L, but let's stay on this for a second.
All right, do you want me to Cal back on?
Please.
Yeah, I think we...
Thank you very much for the sushi.
Oh, you're welcome.
Nice, fully cooked.
Good.